All right. Hello. I thought I was ready, but I'm not. Uh-oh. Wrong button. There we are. I get the music on. Alrighty. Now we got music playing. Let me know if it's too low. Sorry for the wobbling of the stand. All right, welcome everybody. Today is my Stitch With Me. I decided to do this live. My cat's climbing on top of everything. All right, so we are working on My Kitten and the Rose HAED. Okay, sorry, I haven't done very many YouTube lives, so I'm just making sure that I've got everything working, everything seems to be in order. So let us go ahead and begin. I've been pretty active the last few days. I mean, I got my floss tube posted on Thursday, then I did a Twitch yesterday, and I'm doing my live today. This is my Stitch With Me number 12. I decided to do it live instead of just record it, so we'll see how this goes. Diamond Painting with Nicole, thank you for saying hi. I hope you're having a good day. Sorry, I wasn't quite ready when you posted. Let me know if my hand is in the way, if you can see all right. Trying to make sure everything is out of the way. Now we gotta go all the way over here. Okay. Yeah, I've unthreaded my needle. Yeah, I haven't shown My Kitten and the Rose a lot of love here lately, so I figured I would get on here, give it some love today. See how many stitches we can get into this. That was totally not in the right place. I've got a frog. I just started and I already got a frog. All right. Okay. Down and up. There. Now it's in the right spot. Yesterday, let's see, I know I've talked quite a bit about my week already. On Thursday when I did my catch-up Stitch With Me. Not a lot has gone on since then. Yesterday, me and my oldest went to see a movie. We went and watched Nice Guy. It's the second time I've seen it, but it was good. I don't normally go see movies, so for me to go see it twice means I really enjoyed the movie. Made me laugh just as much the second time around. Let's see. I don't remember I know I want to go see the Ghostbuster movie Afterlife that's coming out. But I think that's the only other movie that I've got any kind of interest in going to go see. Now, there's a lot that I wouldn't mind watching. I don't want to go to the theater. I really enjoy stitching while I watch movies, and I can't do that in a theater. Now, I used to be real big into going to movies, but now it's just, I don't know, I like being in my own home. You know, able to pause the movie if I need to go get something to eat. Anything like that. Alright, are you working on anything today, Diamond? Or would you prefer me to call you Nicole? I know I've been very busy with my stitching this week. I've been writing down everything I've been stitching on because I've literally been forgetting. Like, I will like take about 10 minutes to think about what I have stitched on this week and be like, yes, no, yes. And then afterwards I'll be like, oh yeah, I did stitch on that. Alright. New color. What I'm doing here is I have one part thread. Sorry. I have one part thread, but I'm not going to do it because there's a bunch of little ones to do. So I like doing all those and then doing it so it covers up all the threads in the back. So the back is as neat as... Alright, I will see what I can do about fixing that. I'm horrible about putting my hand in the way. 3771. Christine, hi! Welcome. Oops. That just broke. Just work for now. I'll fix you later. Just go in there. I don't know. Alright. Okay, so let me figure out how to put my hand so I'm not in anybody's way. Because I don't want to block the view. Sure. This is 25 count Lugana. I got it off of 123 Stitch. But yes, this is a really soft fabric. I really enjoy it. Alright, let me... Sorry for all the movement. I'm moving something so I can see. So maybe I can quit blocking the screen. Alright. So I've got 2 stitches here. So I've got to start a new strand. And the way I start mine is, this is how I start mine. I just kind of pull it here. And I pull it right on out. I do that a lot. Actually, I need to go further back. Thank you. Up there, there. Let's try this again. I don't always pull it out, but sometimes I do. And then when I do that, I'll do it this way. So I have a little more control over. There we go. Now it's not going to pull out on me. All right. There we go. Pull that down underneath there. That there. Alrighty. Alright, so let me know if my hand gets in the way again. I'm trying to keep it out of the way more than in the way. And I just pulled my thread right off my needle. Ah. Come on. Alright, let's try this hand. See if it's any better. I just have a hard time getting the right angle. Alright, this is in the corner. But yeah, a lot of the fabrics I've gotten are from 1-2-3 Stitch. I'm still really new to the Cross Stitch Club. I only started stitching, it's not gonna work, I gotta switch back over. I only started stitching in August last year. So it's been kind of a new experience branching out into the new fabrics because I started on Aida 14 count because that's what I could get at Walmart. Cat in the background. Alrighty. Got one more color. Four, 1, 3. Come on. Likes to try to tangle on me sometimes. Nicole, awesome. Pulled my thread right out of my fingers. Alright. So with this piece of thread, I'm actually going to do a different start on it because there's not very many of it near here. So I'm going to do this one with the loop method. 1, 2. So there's 1, there's 2, and then we're going to go 3. So I just kind of pull it down. Then I go back down the hole I came up and back up. Just trying to tangle. There we go. Then I go through the loop that I made and pull it taut. And then I go back down the hole that the loop was made in. So now I have made that solid. And I tried to pull my thread out of my needle. I do that all the time, especially with this project. Very true. I still use Aida as well. I like, I don't really like using 14 count anymore. It's just too big. I do like 18 count, 22 count. I know 22 count's not technically Aida, but it's a lot like it. And then I have found my go-to fabric is 25 count though. That is my preferred one. I have a 28 count that just started a project on, and then I have a small project on 28 count. I like having a variety of projects on a variety of count of fabric. That way I can change up. So like if my eyes are real tired and I don't want to fight with the small 25 count holes, then I can get my 18 count out. You know. Or, you know, I can go with the 22 count, which it's a little, you know, it's a little bigger, but okay. Is it here? Try to make sure where my ending is at. I did go down far enough, right? Yeah. Nope, this is there. There we go. I am there. Alrighty. And that is that. And now I just have all this one color in this one. Hi, Yvonne. Welcome, welcome. All right, so now we're going to take my park thread, since I've done all the other little threads in here, all the other little stitches. Now I'm just going to fill in my block. I'm going to try my best to keep my hand out of the way. Can you go in? Thank you. All right. I feel like this is not catching all of this. There. Pin stitch? No, I don't really pin stitch with, I might do a half pin stitch with Lugana. I normally, if I'm finishing I do a loop finish in kind of a waist thread. Like, depends on how much space I have in here. So like, say my thread ends in this spot, then I will do a loop finish and then feed it over here so that I can get a couple of stitches over it to hold it down. I have a really hard time trying to pin stitch, get in and out of the threads on Lugana, so I don't really pin stitch. When I start, I do a loop method start, or I think it's called a waist start. I don't know. I just try to cover it with stitches. Don't want to put my head in the view. Keep my hand out of view. Okay. Well, hopefully everybody's been having a good day today. We've been having to play separate the kittens because they're right about 5 months old, and we're waiting on the doctor visit to get their schedule to get them fixed. But little girl kitten is starting to show signs of going into heat, which the male kitten here is trying to act upon. So we're trying to keep the kittens separated from each other because they're brother and sister. So not only do I just don't need any kittens, I definitely don't want them to have kittens because they're siblings. But I have to wait till the 13th before they have an appointment. And that's the soonest that they could get seen. So, yeah. It's gonna be a fun 2 weeks. Luckily, and they don't like being alone, but luckily we've got 5 people in the house, and so somebody can keep the other entertained. Trying really hard to make sure my finger stays out of the way. Let me know if it doesn't. Let me know if the music is too loud or if it's too low. I don't know if I might have to do my Stitch With Me early next week because it's Labor Day weekend and I think we've got plans. I think we're going to try to go to a pool party where they're going to be barbecuing a hog. Like, literally going to cook it in the ground type thing. So, that's going to be interesting. I'm interested in seeing how that works. I don't know. I think that's my southernness coming out, because I know my dad used to talk about doing stuff like that all the time, but we never did it. So, I don't know. I want to see how it's done, so. Anybody else have any plans for Labor Day weekend? I know a lot of places are still real tightly locked down. Yeah, we're not that locked down here. I'm still cautious. I still make sure I stay 6 feet away from people. I know we're going to this get-together this weekend. But, you know, I know they take precautions as well. You know, we haven't gotten to do a lot of things recently, so it's like we've kind of, you know, it's a me and hubby day, you know. We need to get out and interact with adults. He doesn't get to get out, and he doesn't talk on the social network either. Like with me, I reached out and found people that, you know, on the online network that I can talk to. You know, I'm in quite a few different Discords. I get on Twitch. I watch YouTube. I've got people that I can reach out and talk to all the time, whether just texting or getting on verbal. I get on and do Zoom meetings with other cross-stitchers. So I have that social interaction, because I am a very social person. Even though I prefer staying in my house than going out somewhere. Stretch my back. I say a lot. I apologize. I do the same thing in my videos. Just trying to get my brain to focus on what I need to talk about or should talk about. I'm getting better at talking about nothing. When I first started streaming on Twitch, my streams would be pretty dull because I didn't know how to talk when nobody was there to talk to. Now, if I have somebody to talk to, I can, you know, I talk way longer than I should. I do use Pattern Keeper. Pattern Keeper has been a lifesaver. I started out using, like, my first pattern was a paper pattern, and I can manage using a paper pattern, but I love Pattern Keeper. And I have found a few of my the patterns that I get from Etsy that doesn't work on Pattern Keeper. I have found, one of my friends mentioned it in my Discord. There is an iOS type of Pattern Keeper called Markup RX, and I went ahead and got that as well. It's not as good as Pattern Keeper, but it does allow me, you know, to keep up with where I'm at least. But yes, Pattern Keeper is my lifesaver. I would not have, I'm not sure I would have delved as far into patterns if I was having to use paper patterns or having to find some way to mark them off on my desktop. Not saying I couldn't have done it, but Pattern Keeper just makes life easier, especially when it comes to HAEDs. I've got 2 HAEDs that I'm currently working on. Where is... Oh no. I was trying to find where Simon disappeared to, but I can't see him. What am I doing? That is not where I needed to go up. Sorry, the pattern is so wiggly. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got, out of 6 projects, 4 of them are on Pattern Keeper. 1 is on the markup on the iOS. on my iPad. And the sixth one is a pre-printed one, so it doesn't have a excess pattern that I need to follow. I just follow the colors. I like working on that one when my brain is tired. It just tells me where to go and I don't even have to count. It's just basically a color by number, stitch by number. Come on. Yes, I have been. I'm enjoying it. I did start my pattern yesterday that I was working on. I've actually moved it over and I'm trying to turn it into an actual regular normal diagonal stitch. I started stitching this way so I could try parking, and I'm really liking it, but I've really been interested in the normal diagonal stitch. So let's see if I can show it. Oh. I started taking my squares and turning them into regular diagonal. So we'll see which one I prefer, or if I'm going to keep it separated, so like I have where I can do the diagonal 10 by 10 square and then the regular diagonal later, just to kind of give me variety in my stitching. Maybe see which one I fall to more to see if I need to turn them all into the same. So I don't know. I'm kind of branching out, trying new things, seeing how I like them. Because I know when I first started, I was doing more of a cross-country type thing. And then somebody told me I should try parking to see how I like it. Seeming as, since I was working on a HAED and didn't really like working too far cross-country because my count would get off so bad. And I was not able to do the parking method where you stitch row by row and change the threads as you get to them. So that's why I stitch in a 10 by 10, because I don't know, I just don't like stitching one row, changing stitch to like 2 or 3, change stitch 2 or 3. Didn't really work very well for me. But then again, this pattern here only has 19 colors in it, so there are a lot of blocks that are a lot of just 2 or 3 colors. As you can see, it's like there's only like 2 or 3 colors in each row. I keep getting out of screen. I apologize. And I just unthreaded my needle again. Hello, Elaine. Northern Ireland. Nice. I am in the United States, so that is pretty cool. How is the weather there in Ireland? Do I grid by thread or yes, I have. Hold on. Hi, Simon. This is the first time I've ever gridded by thread. It is interesting. But I normally grid by pencil or by my marker. I think the only time I will use thread for gridding is when, like, that fabric I couldn't use the marker because it's too dark. I couldn't see where the marks were at. So I used like a metallic gold thread. And this is just a water solution marker. And I've recently been buying pre-gridded patterns of pre-gridded fabric, which I've liked so far. Where am I? There I am. Yeah, I have tried to work without gridding. I do not do very well. I always get off on the count, no matter how many times I count and recount and recount. But then again, I've got the grid and I still do the same thing. I will still catch where I've got off on the count. But I do, you know, I don't mind gridding by thread. I'm just not sure. It's not something I would take a lot of patience, a lot of time to do. Because it is very time consuming to grid with thread for me. And I gridded that particular pattern like 6 times and I still gridded it wrong, but it was close enough that I knew where the wrong was at, so I was able to continue to use it. And I just pulled my needle off. So I was able to continue to use it even though I had gridded it wrong. But I was able to, like, I knew exactly where I was off, and it was only off towards the top half. And so I only needed it to finish the top half, and then everything else was correct. Okay, so this thread is about as further as long as it's gonna go. I could probably get it done, but then I'd have trouble closing it. And so I'm going to go ahead and end this thread, which I end doing a loop finish. Here and here. I created my loop, now I'm going back down. And then I'm going to come up over in this hole over here. And that way when I stitch, I'm going to stitch over this, and then I can close that, I can end that thread. Where 37.99. Alrighty. Alright, so now, come on, thank you. Sometimes you gotta talk the thread so it'll go in. Alright, so now to start my thread, I'm going to go here and come up here. That down there. go. And then, there we go. All right, so I have finished one square so far. Now it's going to be time to go down to the next one after I park this particular one. And then I gotta mark off what I've done so far. Oop. There we go. All right. So I have secured that thread. And this is done. So now, take my thread, do that, and time to put my thread away. My little thread thing holds all my quartz. I love it. A friend of mine 3D printed it. They showed it to us and I was like, I know exactly what I could use that for. And he gave it to me. It was great. Okay. That up there. Mark my stuff. Yeah, the next thing I plan on getting for my stitchy stuff is an actual tablet holder to put on my stand so I can put it on here. All right, let's see here. Take these two, so I only have these two. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab this one. It's not very stable. Take the tips off, get all that fuzz off there. All right, we'll work this thread through until I run out. I know I'll need more, but this will work for now. Sure, yep. All right. So what is everyone's weather like around them today? Here it's nice and it was nice and sunny and hot. Supposedly, we're supposed to have rain this evening, but we will see. Doesn't look like rain at the moment, but that never means much. I've seen it go from being a bright sunny day to stormy within an hour. Let's see. Okay, so here, nope, there. Yep. Had to make sure where I'm at. That was good. This thread has kind of been run through. Come on. Thread it, thank you. Come on. Does not want to thread. At all. There we go. No problem. I have no problem with you asking questions at all. I'm happy to answer any. My threads that are hanging, yes, and they're different colors. A lot of these colors in this pattern are very similar. Give me just a second. See if I can scroll out so you can see. See, there are a lot of different shades of grays. There's brown, there's black, there's like a dark brown. These are all my parked threads. And in Pattern Keeper, I've got it marked to show me which color is which. Like this gray that I'm working on now is $37.99. This right here is $3.10. This one is another $37.99. This one is $3.10. This one is $33.71. This one is fairly simple because, like I said, this pattern only has 19 colors, period. And a lot of them are very similar to each other. See, there are a lot of very similar colors. Now, you know, when you get into the patterns that have a lot more colors, then there's a bunch of multicolors here. But yeah, these are different colors. They're just my parked threads. All right, let's go back down to where I was stitching. Sorry for the camera, just getting it in the right spot. Is that better? Welcome, Fran. Let me know if it's back in center for you guys. Actually, I need to go up here to get this one. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, Yvonne, I have no problem answering questions at all. If I can answer them. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to cross stitching myself. I've picked up a little bit over the last year, but I still don't know a whole lot. And there's always new things that you can learn. How are you doing today, Fran? Hopefully everything's back in center for everybody. Hopefully my hand is staying out of view. Like I said, I have a bad habit of putting my fingers covering the screen. What? Oh, you're leaving. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Have a good day at work. Did you just put lipstick on me?
No,
oh.
I have lipstick on. That was funny, I should have.
Sorry. My daughter was leaving for work. But she has a tendency of wearing lipstick and giving me a kiss and leaving it all over my face. And then laughing about it. Alright. Oh, wait. Alright, so this, I'm going to finish this thread. We're going to do a loop finish here. I'm going to come up this hole. I'm going to go back down, hold my hoop, go up the fourth hole, and catch it. And then we're going to go back down. And then what I do here is I'm going to feed this over here, and then when I have this all stitched in, then I'll cut that piece. Let me mark what I've gotten done so far. I only got those 2 stitches. There we go. And then grab this part thread. Okay, so I'm going to do this. You're welcome, Fran. Oops, so I bumped that. Is everybody having a good stitchy day, or having a good day at least? Okay. All right. Let's not pull this thread out. Noticed when I stitch 1 over 1, I always seem to pull the thread out of the needles. Always. I'm not quite so bad when I stitch 2 over 1. One of these days I am going to do to try a tent stitch. I haven't been able to find one that I felt comfortable doing. I didn't like the look of it on the last 2 times that I've tried it. So we will see if I can find one that I would like doing it on. Okay, so I'm going to kind of feed this over here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I'm gonna feed that over there. Mark that. Now, let's see. Now I need 535. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So this is going to be another one that I'm going to do a loop start on because there's not very many stitches near it. I actually only have 1 stitch in this particular one, so we're gonna go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Did I go all the way down? Make sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, I'm all the way down. Okay, so we're gonna go back down that hole, up over here, through my loop, we're down, then up, and down. And then I pull this back under here so I can stitch across it. And then go over 2, down, down. All right, so that is done. Ooh, I've been hearing a bit about Ida. Hopefully you're able to stay safe. See if I can fix this. There. Sorry for moving the camera on you guys. Yeah, hopefully you're able to stay safe, and hopefully Ida doesn't hit too hard. Okay, so this is another one that I only have 1 stitch in here. Let me untangle my threads so that I can pull the thread out without fight. Four, 1, 4, no, 4, 1, 3. There we go. All right. Then that's going to be here. So we're going to go down here. And we're going to come up here. Yep. Make sure I'm in the right spot. And this was going to be another loop because it's not a lot of stitches around it. Yeah. Don't need any of those. There we go. There we go. Oops. That totally did not work right. Pulled it too taut. Try that again. All right, give me just a second. Let me get this started. There we go. There we go. Now it's taut. There we go. And then this is gonna go right under here. No. Yes. Nope. I'm in the wrong spot. This is gonna go right under here, not under the 3. It's gonna go under that one. Okay. Got that. mark that, and now we're going to continue with this color. $37.99. Ow. All right. All right, so this one I can do my other start method. Because I will be able to stitch over it a couple times if I don't pull it out. Yeah. I like pulling it where you can just barely see it. I know a lot of people will hold the ends and then snip them off. I like pulling them in as close as possible and then having them just back underneath. That way I ain't gotta snip anything. So I did that one day. I snipped and somehow I snipped the fabric. So I try not to snip as often as possible. All right, pull that piece out. Now that is back under there and can get stitched over. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna go this way and then back over. I know when I stitch, I look at the path of the stitches and then debate on what's the best path to take. That will take the least amount of thread. So like I'm gonna go down this way and then I'm going to pop over here. Ooh, bless you. Sorry, my cat's being he kind of sneezed real funny. One reason I'm glad they've got a appointment on the 13th of next month, so I can get him looked at to find out, you know, why he sneezes so much. And if I need to get him on allergy pills or something. See, where am I at? Skip one. Okay, so we're just gonna go half stitches all the way across here. And I just tried to pull my needle out. Because I was like, took forever to get my needle to, like, I'm not running out of thread. Why am I not running out of thread? Okay. Now, this way. And here. X this out. Okay. But yeah, my cat Simon, he's about, I think, 4 or 5 months old, just going on to 5 months old. And we've had him for a couple of months now. Finally got a vet appointment set up for him. We've got to take him in and get him fixed. Hi, Lovey. Good. But I want to get him looked at to find out why he sneezes so much, because he's like very sneezy. See if he needs allergy meds or something like that, which just my luck.
Is somebody in here?
He's over there on the boards.
The boards?
Look by my bed. That is my youngest. He likes to come in and play with the cats. The cats normally have free reign of the house.
But lately he has.
Yeah, but as I mentioned earlier, I think
And I don't see him.
our other girl.
Oh, he moved.
Sorry. He was over there on those boards.
So,
So I don't know where he went.
Let's see what if I can find him.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's in here, Bobby.
I don't see him there.
Okay, bye, Bobby.
What?
No, close the... Go on.
Yeah, he's there. Right here. He's on the bed. He's just sitting there.
Okay, love you. Bye, bub.
Wow.
Step on it. No, push forward and step. There you go. Sorry. I have a cord that's in my doorway, and he has a hard time getting my door to close. Sorry, I'm being a little quiet. I'm just focusing on the pattern that I'm going at the moment. Alright, but yeah, so we've got appointments for both of the kittens. We're to be taking them in to get all their vaccinations caught up so that we can schedule them an appointment to get fixed. Because they're brother and sister, so I definitely don't want kittens. Due to that fact, and I also don't want kittens because I live in an apartment and can't have more than two cats anyway. So, and I don't want to have to try to find home for kittens because I don't want, there's so many cats that need homes nowadays, so many animals that need homes nowadays that the shelters and everything are overflowing. Doing free adoptions at that. So, alrighty. Let's see. Mark my stuff. There we go. And 37.71. Let go, thank you. Alright. So we've almost got 2 squares done. I'm getting the thing back in view. I apologize. I don't know how I keep sliding it out of view. So, hopefully it's back to being recentered. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm not used to talking so long. My videos have normally only been about an hour. You okay back there? I hear you sneezing. But alrighty, let's see. Let's see. Trying to think of what I can talk about now. I've talked about the cat, I've talked about my fabric, I've talked about my patterns. Let's see. Talked about the movie I went and saw. Another work week ahead of me. Slowly been calming down a little bit because work has been super crazy lately. But it's slowly starting to settle down a little bit. We'll see how long it lasts. Yvonne. Crafty. Hi, Crafty! Alright. Gridding. Have I ever had to re-grid? No, I haven't. Like, I drew these grid lines on here about, I'd say 2 months ago. But I will say, like, if you're moving the fabric a lot or rubbing on the fabric a lot, they do get kind of light. So you might have to. But I've had grids on this particular pattern for a couple of months. I've got another pattern that I gridded and it's been there for months. Depends on the type of marker you have. As for a laying tool, I have not. I don't think I would remember to use one if I had one. I do use my fingers a lot when I'm, as you can tell, I'll hold the thread as I'm pulling it through a lot of times. But I don't really use a laying tool.
I'm always confused what Amy's doing right now.
What is she doing,
I
Bubby?
don't know, she's just meowing and then I go to her. She runs!
She doesn't know what she wants. She just wants attention. Are you downstairs or in your room?
I'm just downstairs.
Okay. No, just let her meow. She's okay.
You doing it, I'm gonna get annoyed.
Okay.
If you're not probably in your room. Like, swap it. Swap it.
Okay. How are you doing, Crafty? I haven't seen you stream here recently, so how are you doing? But no, I've seen laying tools being used, and they're interesting. And like I said, but I like stitching two-handed with one hand on top and one hand underneath. And I'm not sure how I could manage to use a laying tool doing that without having to constantly put down and pick it up. I know I've seen the ones that are connected to your pinky. But I'm a clumsy person and I could see myself stabbing myself in the face. Because I forgot it was there, so I got to wipe my face or something like that. So, yeah. Trying to plan your stream for tonight. Awesome. I will try to make sure I remember to come in and say hi. I tend to get lost in my own thing sometimes. I don't even think to remember Twitch. Maybe. I know I'm supposed to, me and my son are planning to sit downstairs in the living room and watch a movie. So, depends on what time you stream, on what time, if I'll be able to join you or not. You trying to decide your game, or you trying to decide what pattern you're gonna do? On the project. I understand. I've been going through that this week myself. Cause like, I've been super busy this week on YouTube. I streamed on Thursday. I started a new pattern. I started the Long Dog Sampler Pandemic, which I absolutely love, but I put it in timeout yesterday because it was being mean. Kept making me frog all the work I would put in it. I was off by one. I sit there and frogged it, tried it again. Somehow I was still off by one, so I frogged it and put it away. I'll probably work on it tomorrow. But I figured today, yeah, I gave my parrot a bunch of love yesterday, so I figured today I'd give my cat a bunch of love. She's kind of been put on the wayside here recently. I leave her downstairs, connected to my lap stand, and I haven't really been downstairs stitching here recently. Hit them all. Do them all. I should work on the cozy calf. Huh. Caught them all. Oh, okay. Caught them all. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I truly didn't even see my channel going anywhere when I started it. So the fact that I've hit 100 subs, I was like amazed. I do think I figured out what I'm going to do for my giveaway. So keep an eye out for that on FlossTube next week. And I'll have all the details on there. I'm getting everything together to make sure I can do what I want to do. So, and I've got to figure out the program that they use for drawing the giveaway. So that's what I'm working on this week. But I got some great comments on how to do the giveaway, because I was at a loss there. Alright, 2 hours. Okay, I should be able to join because I'm probably going to be getting off here in about 30 minutes to go fix supper before my husband comes up here and starts trying to like gnaw on my arms because he's starving to death. Actually, I'll probably run to the store first and go bug my daughter at work, because she works at Walmart and she's a cashier. So I gotta go get a bag of ice so I can go over there and bug her. She just started there recently, so Like this week is her first full paycheck from working there, so she's pretty excited. She's had a job before. She's 16. She had a job, but it was a salad place. She didn't get a lot of hours, so her checks were pretty small. So I'm looking forward to her response when she gets a good check, even though they can't get more than like 25 hours a week. But still, Walmart pays more than the little food joint she was working at. And she's getting the full 25 hours that she's allotted instead of 25 hours a week that she's allotted instead of the like 12 hours a week she was getting. I'm almost done with this square. I'm trying to debate which project I'm going to work on this evening. I think I'm going to go back to my parakeet and continue getting that all set up for the diagonal stitch. This one, I like this one, but it does have so many similar colors that I can only work on it for so long. It's one of the reasons why I was happy to start other projects to give me a variety of colors. Because, you know, this one, like, you're basically working with the same 3 colors right now. It'll be different once you get further in. Like when I was over here into this area, like in the top corner area, there was a lot more colors. A lot more confetti. And weird. So far I found I like the confetti. I don't mind it when you have blocks of the same color, but it gets boring. So I do like the confetti aspect of stuff. So, but we will see when I get to one of my bigger projects that have a ton of confetti. See if I feel the same way. I may be coming back to this one more often just because it is simple. Oh, wait. Yeah, speaking of beading projects, I should get back on my beaded cross stitch that I was working on. The candy skull one. I need to start doing that again. I still have everything together. I have all the beads separated, I just haven't worked on it. But I put the pattern recently in the markup program, and it's working really well. This is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. That grid is just off. Alright, now we're gonna park this. Just gonna park it right here. Alright, and we're gonna pull that thread back up because that is the one I'm snipping. Oops, want that. Thread in there, take these 2. There we go. And that is another square done. All right. Grab these 3. Feed these over here. These are the ones that go here. Pull these 2 over here. All right, let me move the camera so you can see exactly where I'm at. There we go. Now let's go again. Mark what I've done. So far I have done 200 stitches in an hour and a half. Not bad. Alright, let me see. No idea. Alright. I'm gonna put this one here. We're gonna start with this one down here. How many full coverages do I have going? Let's see. 1, 2. I have 2 HAEDs, full coverage, and Crafty Dynamite. It's the same as her Twitch name. Yeah, I have 2 HAEDs full coverage, and I have 1 full coverage that I bought off Etsy. Yeah. The other one is it's not considered a full coverage. So those are, I only have 3 full coverage projects at the moment. But I have 4 huge projects because I started the Long Dog Sampler Pandemic. It is huge. Alright, so this one here. Pulled just a little too soon. I just had a half a stitch more to go. Come on. And there. Pull that one out. And that one is done. Now we're going to grab this one. And do it. These are technically both the same color. Not sure what my thought process was on why I brought it over here, but that's what I did. So we're just gonna work with it. I'm just gonna feed this one over into the next row. Let's see, I need 3 down. And then 4 over. 4 over. Alrighty. It said at 2 o'clock my time I will be ending the stream, so we've got right about 30 minutes. Let's see how far I can get in this square. Ah! So that's like the 6th time I've pulled my thread out of my needle so far today. I've got to the point where I've started counting it. Just so I know how many I do in a day. Alright, so we're gonna take these down. We're gonna go here. And then go over 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So now those two are parked. So let me mark my stuff. Saren, hi! Oh yes, I need a counter. I need a counter for that. I need a counter for frogging. Yeah. The counter would break within the day. How are you doing, Saren? Saren is one of the main, like, I'm almost always trying to catch her stream channel, even though work likes to prevent it. She's also the one who made this. My needle minder. I got a couple of them. They're all spread across all my projects. But she's awesome. If you watch Twitch, definitely go check her out. Nice. Yeah, I decided, I streamed on Twitch yesterday, and since I needed to do a stitch with me today, I figured I'd just go ahead and turn it into I decided yesterday I was just going to do a live Twitch, live YouTube stream and see how it goes. Kind of also for a celebration for hitting 100 subs. And then I know on my floss tube I'll be talking about how I'm doing my giveaway for hitting 100 subs. So, super excited on that. Did you go all the way over here? There we go. Oh, it's a day. Could use a day off to relax, but nope, too much work to get done around the house. Yeah, I should be doing housework as well, but priorities, you know. All right, let's see, 1, 2, right, 1, 2, and 3. All right, had to get to the right spot. Giveaway fun, yes. Well, it's like I love, you know, I'm super happy at the fact that I hit 100 subscribers. I truly didn't think I would. I just made the channel just to have it, you know, and just made my day, which my son, you know, as I was slowly creeping up, I'd get a few followers this and the, you know, periodically. My son watches YouTube a lot, and he was sitting there like, it's okay, maybe people don't like watching crafty stuff. And I'm like, I'm happy with what I've got. But he's like, he's convinced that nobody wants to watch crafty stuff because it's kind of boring. But he's also turning 14. So it's just definitely not his type of thing. Okay. Where am I at? Okay, so we're gonna feed across here. Thank you. I admit I have always had a problem with confident issues in anything, whether it's the way I look, what I do, like even with my job, I always feel like I'm incompetent, even though I get praises left and right that I do a great job. It's hard when you're real tough on yourself to learn not to be. And I've been trying. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and continue here. But yeah. It's hard to learn to be confident in yourself. I know, right? I tell him all the time, I don't see how he can just sit there and, like, stare at a TV all day and not do nothing. He's not interested in anything but his games. But, you know. Alrighty. Fill these in. Still trying to make sure my hand stays out of the way, that I don't pull it out of stream. Alright. I don't know. Truthfully, I'll probably still feel the same way even when I have like hundreds of, like, 500 people. Be like, oh my god, why? When I see I have 100 views on my streams, I'm like, what are they watching? I don't even know what's keeping them to view it. But, you know. All right. Boy. It's you, of course. Yeah. Yeah, what's really nice is, you know, my husband is not into crafty streams at all, but he always makes a point of making sure to watch my video. He might not watch all of it, but he watches it. He runs it to make sure that, you know, his view is counted. You know, that way I have that extra view. Because I went in there the other day and, like, I heard myself in the background and I'm going, what? Where am I talking at? And so he showed me he had my video up. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Alrighty. Now I have one color left. Oop, that needs to be marked. Imposter syndrome is a whole mood. Yes, it definitely is. It definitely is. And everybody goes through it. It's like, even when you stream on Twitch and you get a bunch of followers and viewers and people start giving you donations and subs and, you know, biddies, you're just like, why? You know, what have I done to deserve this? You know, that's what runs through your head all the time. You know I should stream more on Twitch, but I don't know, it's easier for me to set up a YouTube video than it is to actually hit the live button on Twitch. And I don't know why, because it's used the same setup to do the YouTube video that I do to use the Twitch video. It's like I could just easily hit live instead of hit record. But I don't know, it's a whole different mindset when you know you're just recording the video and talking to yourself compared to going live. It's not as nerve-wracking either. I think it's a lot to do with anxiety, because you've got... What? How many times have I said I pulled the needle out already? I think this is 8. But it's that anxiety of hitting that live option. Even with the YouTube live, I had the same thing. It's like, you know, do I want to hit this? Will anybody even show up? But with the YouTube, it was easier because it's like, it doesn't matter if they show up or not. I'm gonna post the video. It's gonna be posted anyway. So I'm just gonna try to talk like there's nobody there. But luckily, I've actually had a lot of people coming in and, you know, chatting with me and asking questions, which I love. I mean, I don't know a lot about cross stitch, but I love being able to help anybody who might have questions. Because, you know, I know I've learned how to do things that other people haven't learned how to do yet. Or, you know, I know there's people who don't know as much as I do, so I'm happy to help every chance I get. I know I try to explain the way I do my stitches, like if I'm starting a new thread or ending a thread. Just try to help every way I can. And I lose my train of thought more times than I can count. Yeah, going live is easier for you. Yeah, I will admit, my first few YouTube videos were very nerve-wracking because I didn't feel like they were long enough. And I didn't feel like I had enough input to put in it. Because I've never been the greatest at just talking to dead air. But, you know, I started making notes for myself so that I could try to, you know, be like, oh, well, let's talk about this. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been trying to do it, is just kind of, you know, when I'm doing certain stitches, I try to talk about it, and then I try to talk about my life, you know, how my week went. I've run across a few stitchers who like tell stories about things from their past or stuff like that, so I've done that in a few of mine. But I mean, like you know, I listen to people and they've got these awesome stories, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll tell my story, but it's not as good as that story. But then again, I also know that that's in my head. You know, I know that's what my mind is telling me. That's not necessarily saying that it's true. And that's what I've been working on with myself the last like year or so, is trying not to let my thoughts get to me. Trying to just be like, okay, forget you, I'm going to do this anyway. Be it in, you know, my video making or my, you know, attitude or, you know, what I'm doing. Like, you know, like I've stated, I've recently realized that I'm actually able to wear size medium clothes. But there are certain clothes I put on and I'm like, no, I can't wear this. Even though it looks good. Mentally, my mind is like, no, you know, you don't look good in this. Take it off. But I know it's in my head. Hi, babe. See, I told you he's so sweet. That's my other half. Now I'm just gonna sit here and smile like a goober for my last 20 minutes. All right. Now that's probably his secret way of telling me, hey, I'm hungry. It's almost 2 hours. When are we gonna eat? uh, 20 years. I think I might know what is going through his head. He's like, okay, is it time to eat yet? When you gonna fix supper? When you gonna fix some lunch? Nah. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just, I know it's something that I need to work on. And I've actually been trying to work on it here this last year. Trying to not let my head control my thoughts. You know, basically just trying to go like, forget you, I know I'm good, I'm going to go for it. Right, Ola. Almost did it. I caught it though. He's just making weird faces. But yeah. What are you doing? Oh, is that thunder outside? We may get rain. Alright, so we've almost got this square finished. When we finish this square, I will be calling it, which should be right about my 2-hour mark. Move that up a little bit. We'll see if this is enough thread to finish this off. Maybe. It's close. We will see. I'm glad everybody came in and said hi. I appreciate it so much when y'all do. Number 9. Pulled it right on out. Or was that 10? I don't know. I lose count. Like I said, if I tried to have a counter for how many times I pulled my thread out of my needle, I'd break the counter. I live in Indiana. I do not think I'm going to win this round of chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and end this thread a little sooner than normal. That way it has enough to cover it so that I can feel that it's secure. So we're going to just go here. We're going to come down here. This thread's getting a little thin anyway, so. All right, so we're gonna pull that there. Then we're gonna pull this up over here. And grab a new piece of thread. Alrighty. Come on. Alrighty. Now I'm going to do this. Come on, thank you. There we go. Now we are stitching again. There we go. Oh, my knees. Sitting in one spot for 2 hours probably was not a smart thing. I should have had a stretch break. But I really didn't plan the stream to go for 2 hours, so. I figured I'd probably end up ending it at about an hour. Because, you know, conscious. Oop, don't do that. Thank you. You know how it is. Nobody's going to be in the stream, so. Wondering that other. How do you get on? In my description, I have a link to my channel. It should take you there, and you can create, you know, you can create an account. There are quite a few crafty people over there on Twitch as well. That Twitch is more of a live stream instead of a video. I believe you can also just type twitch.com and it'll pull up the Twitch channel for you as well. Like there's quite a few crafty streamers over there that they stream their cross stitch. There's some that stream knitting, crochet, beadwork. I've seen clay pot, like the potter work, glass blowing. There's so many different things. But yeah, my description, I have my email address, I have my Instagram link, and I have my Twitch channel. This is tingling up in there. Also, I want to thank Chrissy for following. I'm figuring that is you, Christina. I appreciate that. Alrighty, we are almost done here. The last few stitches in. And then I've got to run, once I get done here, I'm going to run to the store, pick up a bag of ice, and see if they have any of the breakfast pot pies in that they've been out of, which is amazing, you know, how out of everything most stores are. I really appreciate y'all coming in and hanging with me. It has definitely made my day. Alrighty. Let's go here. Almost done. Okay, last stitch in my third square today. And mark. Alrighty. Not that. Mark? Nope. Mark. There we go. Now, time to mark all my work. Check mark. Exactly. 300 stitches today. Whew. This month our shopping is next week because of how things lined up. Fridge is a little bare. Yeah. I shop every 2 weeks. I go grocery shopping every 2 weeks. I need to snip this because that's when I get paid. Things are a little bare because I went from having 4 in the household to having 5 and wasn't quite prepared for it, but it's all good. Boop, boop, boop. All right, now we are going to get this set up to put away. I don't like my strings hanging because my kittens like them too much. So the way I like to do mine is take these little things that I got off Amazon and wrap these up. I wrap these because these are my section that I'm going to be working on. And these I'm going to wrap differently because they're the ones that are already done and won't be touched until I go back up. And it just kind of helps keep them from being tangled, and it really helps keep the kittens out of them. Because if they're not, the threads aren't dangling, then the kittens aren't attracted to it that much. Alrighty, so I have hit the 2-hour streaming for 2 hours. I have done 300 stitches, so it's not bad. My stitching is getting faster. Now it's easy to get a lot of stitches because this is a lot of the same colors. But like I said, that is the end of me. I appreciate everybody coming in and everybody hanging out and chatting with me. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!